Hello and welcome back to the podcast that is properly armed if you try to break into our house. Welcome back to another episode of the Love, Death and Movies podcast, Internet's number one film breakdown and review show. The show that crushes watch this week after week. Every couple of months is a different film. Every couple of months is a different genre. Every week in that couple of months is a different film in that genre. So follow us on everything. Jonathan Riley, watch the movies. With me each and every week, Ash Movies. How are you, Ash?
I am still doing good.
Yeah, we are back-to-back recording these ones. I'm going away for... we're prepping it, so we're going to do a couple of weeks of back-to-back soon in case you see us in the same clothing. So don't judge us, we do washing. I'm going to Sri Lanka, Singapore, and then the next week going to Fiji. So I'll be drinking so many cocktails by the pool, by the way. Just letting you know. I might post some updated photos just to let people know.
Not jealous at all.
They gotta fucking know. They gotta know.
I'm going to live
So we're
vicariously
prepping for
through
that.
you.
Amen. Gosh, I can't wait. I literally can't wait just to relax. It'll be good
You
fun.
deserve a vacation.
Should be good fun. But we are continuing the book of closed setting cinema with Mike Flanagan's 2016 Hush, which I think is a pretty underrated film. It's just underappreciated, which I think's going to be a good fun one to talk about. We're starting to go towards the end of our closed setting cinema. Of course, we started up with Misery, Boiling Point, Phone Booth, remember that, Clue, Dog Day Afternoon, 10 Cloverfield Lane, last week's Reservoir Dogs, Hush, and we're finishing it off next week with Knock at the Cabin by M. Night Shyamalan, which I can't wait to talk about him, Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah.
Can't wait to rewatch that.
This might be our most versatile 8-week period,
It is.
as far as topic.
Going from Boiling Point to Hush, it is very different.
Yeah, just years that movies came out, different types of tones, different types of closed settings. We got 70s, 90s, 2020s,
If you look at, not to reveal what we're doing in our next genre, but if you look at what we're doing week 2 to what we're doing the second last film, those are two completely different movies, or even the third last film.
hmm
Yeah, so we're getting good at this, Ash. We're getting good at this. We're doing Hush. Hush, get this, Ash. Budget, $21 million. Where did that money come from? Where did that go to? Did they build the
No clue.
house?
It looked pretty custom, so maybe, honestly.
Yeah, maybe. Box office of $14 million. So lost a bit of money, but it is what it is. A quick. Oh, I did not update that. Give me a little second. Hush. I still got the synopsis of Reservoir Dogs, which is
Can you imagine?
a deaf and mute writer who retreated into the woods to live a solitary life must fight for a life in silence when a masked killer appears at her window. Ash, what do you think of Hush?
I like this movie. I think that it is a very standard genre within horror as far as intruder. It follows the simple recipe of that, but I think the added elements of the protagonist being deaf creates scenarios and ways in which she has to go about figuring out how to get out of the situation makes it unique in that sense. I think that's where the interesting stuff happens. I don't think the base premise of the movie is that interesting. Intruder films are not my favorite type of horror. They can be really well done and be fun, but usually they're not my favorite thing in the world. So I think I think it's good. I don't think it's mind blowing or anything, but I like it. And I think the lead is always, she's usually always good. I saw some people saying her performance is out of this world. Not necessarily for me, but I think she's great. I mean, for what she's having to do, basically acting alone for the most part, I think it's impressive.
Yeah, agree.
And I think a lot of interesting stuff happens as far as how they showcase the moments of silence mixed with the moments of really loud noise, how basically the perspective changes of a deaf person to a regular hearing person. So I think those are the moments where I'm oh, this is really interesting. This adds a layer of intensity. But I will say, I don't like horror films when I don't ever know the killer's motive or why they're
What's he
doing this.
this for? Yeah, that's a good point.
This just feels like a cruel person. I don't know. I don't like that aspect of it. I think he's great. It's funny that we just watched 10 Cloverfield Lane, which we were talking about offline, because obviously he did both of these movies in the same year. He's kind of a dumb killer. He makes a lot of stupid choices, so he's pretty amateur. And I want to know why. I want him to tell me why he did this to her.
Yeah, maybe it was like it would have been a nice little like explainer if it had something specifically about Amy, and that then is it Sarah is the main girl is
No,
Maddie.
Maddie.
Maddie gets basically just caught up in it because she went to Maddie's house, and it's like, well, I got it's a loose Maddie's a loose
Oh,
hand.
you mean you think Sarah was the primary like
Was it Sarah?
target?
Was
The
Sarah's
the
the
neighbor?
my bad. I don't know who Amy was. Who am I talking about? Amy. I don't know. Maybe Amy was it doesn't matter.
We were talking about Amy Madigan a few minutes ago with the
That might be
Oscars.
what's in my head, to be honest. That might be what's in my head. But yeah, Maddie, it might have been like the neighbor was like, yeah, Sarah was part of it. So,
I
like, it
don't
would be
know.
nice to have that. That's like, that's not explained at all, but I'm just saying, like, that would have been like a nice explanation. And it's just like him being like, I didn't want to kill you, but you're a loose end.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think it's an interesting like possibility, but at the same time, he brought the body once she was already basically like Sarah was trying to get to. You're right though. She was trying to get into her place, knocking on the door, already bloody, and then he finished the job, and then he started kind of tormenting Maddie. So maybe he was worried she would see the body. But then it's like, then why Sarah? What did Sarah? So it's just like there's
Yeah.
still no explanation. He just seems like kind of like a sadistic freak who just likes to torment people. Is kind of what I gathered. That's how his personality came off. But
Yeah.
anyways, I do appreciate a good hour and 18-minute movie.
Oh
Love
yeah.
that. I think there's some intense moments for sure, and I like the like build up of us like being like, oh my god, he's right there as an audience, and her having no idea. I think that's really interesting. But yeah, just like a good film. It's not like anything revolutionary or reinventing the wheel by any means.
I completely agree with you. I think it's a good film. I think the main star of this film is the sound mixing. As you mentioned, like this
Hmm.
the drops to hearing complete silence, because I think silence makes it even scarier. Because there'll be a
Hmm.
lot of times, as you said, that like we see him in aspects of the scene, but we can't hear him. But if we were hearing it, we'd be able to like know he's there well in advance.
Yeah,
So that like really does like it makes it scary in a way that it takes away a giant sense, and it really makes you appreciate being able to hear, because just like
absolutely.
hearing your surroundings and stuff of like even just down to the fire alarm of the smoke alarm, and it's just like, why is it so loud? It goes, I need to hear the vibrations, and like things
Yep.
like that I think's fucking awesome. As soon as
Hmm.
she did that, I'm like, "Ah, that's gonna come back.
Yeah.
That's coming back. That's coming back. Which is good fun. This movie is insanely simple. So, whilst last week's episode was 3 pages of notes, this is maybe a page. So, this will be a quick episode, which is fine. We've got some guess the movies at the end, which would be good fun. We'll see if Ash can get that as quickly as she always does. But this movie centers around Maddie Young, played by Kate Siegel, a deaf and mute writer who lives alone in a secluded house in the woods. Maddie lost her hearing due to a bout of
Meningitis.
meningitis. Jesus Christ, sorry, it's early. At the age of 13, and she communicates through American Sign Language, which is ASL. She lives a solitary life. Her days are filled with writing, and her evenings spent video chatting with her sister Max and her friend Sarah, who is also her neighbor. As the film begins, Maddie is struggling with writer's block and is working on her latest novel, which plays with multiple endings. Her friend Sarah, by the way, as soon as she said going through the endings and like writing the books, it goes, it all plays out as a movie in my head. I'm like, we'll be seeing that. We'll definitely be seeing that for
Hmm.
sure, which is good fun. Her friend Sarah visits her to return a copy of one of her books after she leaves, and after she leaves, the evening seems to wind down quietly. However, the peace is abruptly shattered when a masked assailant murders Sarah outside of Maddie's house. Maddie, unable to hear the commotion outside, continues her evening unaware of the danger lurking literally right outside her door. The killer quickly realizes that Maddie is deaf and decides to make her his next victim. He begins a terrifying game of cat and mouse, taking pleasure in the fact that Maddie cannot hear him as he breaks into her house and stalks her around from the shadows. The tension builds as Maddie becomes aware of the killer's presence, first by feeling vibrations, then by seeing him through the windows of the house. So, Ash, anything to kind of add here? I think it's just one thing that I thought was like they brought up and it just didn't go anywhere was Craig on FaceTime. That
Yeah,
there's no reason for that. Why does she have to be longing for a boy? That's what I was
well,
like.
and it's like an ex, obviously, and her sister kind of makes a comment about how it's, been I also felt like when I first I've only seen the movie twice now, but I always felt like when I first watched it, I thought that something would happen with either Craig or the sister. Like one of them would think something was up and come out there, or something like that. I thought that that was going to happen, and it doesn't. So I kind of don't. I never understand why they introduce characters when they don't serve a purpose, I
Yeah.
guess. Maybe it's just to get us in like her state of mind, like she's got like writer's block and she's struggling with getting over an ex. I don't know, but I agree with you. I thought that that was going to come up and he was going to like drive out there because he thought it was weird that she was calling, not answering, but nothing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Anything got to add here of this, like the. Well, what do you think of the mask? I think the mask is good.
It is. I kind of hate when he takes it off. I kind of hate his
Same.
face.
Same. But I get why he does because she's like, I don't know who. I haven't seen your face. I
It's
would
like a
say
power move. I get it, but yeah, I do think the mask makes it a little bit more haunting. Yeah,
yeah.
I
When you
mean,
see his
not
face,
much
you're
to
like,
add.
oh, I could destroy you. Like,
Yeah, he's so little too. I feel like, and she's like not a short actor. Like she's like as a person, she's probably like 5'8", 5'9", and he's probably about the same. And he's not like big, so I feel like she could easily. I don't know. To me, he didn't look that threatening, and I mean, obviously the bow and arrow makes it to where you could kind of hurt somebody from a distance. I get that, but um, yeah, I don't know. I kind of just wanted to see her take him down, which obviously I got to see by the end. Yeah, nothing to really add in this section. I think it's good to like ease into the story. Obviously, all horror films do this. We have about like a 10 to 15 minute kind of phase where, we're just kind of getting to know the character, kind of setting the tone, laying the foundation. So I think it's all pretty formulaic in this
mm,
part, but just kind of interesting, the added aspect of her being deaf. And obviously, we learn about the cat, and the cat seems to be kind of sneaking in and out, which obviously comes up
it's a good
later.
cat. It's a good cat.
Yeah, bitch. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Nothing really, honestly, to add. This section is kind of just like the typical formula of these kind of movies being laid out.
Yeah. Interesting use of the crossbow. I think the crossbow's fun. It's very hunting esque.
It is, yeah, I like it. I think it's different. It's something that's like, he could easily have gone for something, obviously, a little bit more like instant kind of kill, like a gun or something. But I think it's interesting that he chose a crossbow. Obviously, he has a knife on him too, which that adds a layer of being able to kind of add in addition to the crossbow. But he seems to mostly just be using that. And I agree with you that I like the sound mixing, especially the part even down to like her cooking before
Yeah.
anything happens, where it's like imagine cooking without being able to hear what your food's doing. That's a
Yeah.
big thing for me, like
It's
hearing the
right.
onion
Hearing the
sizzle
sizzle.
or
Yeah.
yeah. So that was like even just down to that, I was like, oh, I never thought about that. That sucks that she
Yeah.
can't hear anything like with her cooking. So um, just very interesting perspective with that part of it.
Absolutely, wholeheartedly agree. So this is probably the end, the rest of the film. Just letting you know. So using her wit and the environment to her advantage, Maddie, because there's okay, the rest of the film is just Maddie tries to stop him from getting in
Yeah,
multiple times.
it's just cat and mouse kind of, yeah.
Yeah, using her wits and the environment to her advantage. Also, can the guy was it ever explained? Was this glass bulletproof glass or something? Was that ever
I
explained?
don't know if it's explained, but it definitely seemed like non-standard glass because it
The
did
guy's just
not.
hacking at it with with a crowbar and couldn't get through it. Surely,
I couldn't tell if he was just a you
bitch.
know what or
Yeah.
yeah, if it was like some kind of special glass, maybe like because of her being deaf, maybe there's a I have no idea.
Maybe it's
No clue.
thicker glass because there has to be more sounds for the vibrations and shit in the house. Maybe. Let's say that.
Possibly.
Let's say that that's the reason. Let's do that. So yeah, using her wits and the environment to her advantage, Maddie attempts to defend herself. She writes on her laptop that she hasn't seen. She hasn't seen his face, hoping to hoping to persuade him to leave. Sorry, not on a laptop, on the screen on the door. However, the killer is unfazed and makes his intentions clear by stepping into the light, removing his mask, and showing her that he is unafraid of being identified. His goal is not to escape undetected, but to terrorize and ultimately kill her. What follows is a tense and brutal series of encounters between Maddie and the killer. Maddie tries several strategies to escape or outsmart the killer. She uses various tactics such as setting off her car alarm to attract attention, creating barricades, and even attempting to shoot the killer with a crossbow that she received from him, basically. Each attempt brings its own set of challenges and setbacks, illustrating Maddie's resilience and ingenuity, as well as the killer's sadistic determination. One of the most pivotal scenes occurs when Maddie writes what she believes would be the last message on the door of her house. On the door of her house, using her blood to write, because This is after the husband of or the boyfriend of Sarah comes by, and immediately the guy's just like, "Yeah, I'm the cops," and it's immediately you look at him, you're like, "No, you're not." And
He's
you're
the
like,
deputy.
"Yeah, I'm the deputy. It's my, I just got called out." But he's like, "Why are you bleeding?" He goes, "Yeah, they got me good on the way out," and then Maddie bangs on the door to basically tell him that that guy's evil. Guy gets stabbed in the neck. He's dead. And then he goes up to the window. This is after she shoots him with the crossbow, and he chases her inside, breaks her hand, which is horrible. Just crunches on her hand as it's getting stuck in the door. She closes the door, and you can see that she's like terrified. And he's just like mouthing words to her so that she could really read his lips. And he goes, "I'm coming inside." And that's all he says. And then her face just goes blank, which is a fucking good moment. Face goes blank, gets up, stands up, puts her finger in the wound that's on her leg, and writes, "Do it." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, Maddie, let's go."
Yeah.
So it'll be a final act of defiance and acceptance of her potential fate. This act of bravery changes the dynamic, shifting Maddie from prey to a determined survivor, ready to fight back with all her might. In the climax of the film, Maddie uses her senses of sight and touch to turn the tables on her assailant. After a fierce struggle, she manages to kill him using her skills, environment, and the element of surprise to her advantage. The movie ends with Maddie severely injured but alive, sitting on the porch of her home as the police arrive, signifying her survival and resilience. So this is Hush. Ash, what do you think of Hush? Give me a score.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I think it's good. I gave it 3.5 stars. I think it's just like one of those perfect, like right in the middle of the road horror films. I think it definitely is underrated, like you said, in a sense like people haven't watched it or it's a little bit underseen. I find myself recommending this one, especially on like videos where I'm like 90 minutes or less movies, things like that. I feel like it's definitely worth everyone's time. I like Mike Flanagan. I don't think everything he does is just like the best thing in the world, but I think he's done some really great stuff.
Yeah.
And I always am excited to watch something that he puts out. So, I've seen it twice now, and I think it's definitely one that's worth your hour and 20 minutes. But yeah, I think that the scenes for me that I really love the most, that like stand out to me, are the ones where she's almost like talking to herself as she's sitting on the floor, kind of contemplating what to
Same.
do, and you hear the voice of like
You can't
she says
run.
it's her mother.
You can't hide.
Yeah,
What is
so
left to do?
what's left. I love all those moments and like her, like you said, kind of playing out the scenario of if she tried to run, what would happen. But my favorite scene comes at the end when she's sitting in front of the bathtub and you just see his body drop
Yeah.
down behind her. You forget there's a window, a skylight. Not sure how he got that open, but that doesn't matter. But that's a really cool scene. And then obviously, like, she can't hear anything. And then he makes the mistake of breathing close enough to her neck. She like lowers her body, like Matrix style. And then I don't love that she stabbed him in the leg. I'm like, girl, why'd you leave him there with just his leg stabbed? He's gonna be able to get away.
I'd turn into a fucking dog. Like
Oh,
I
I
would
would
just
just be like,
be
yeah,
non-stop. Just
absolutely.
non-stop. The guy would be a pulp. Like I would be just
No.
absolutely non-stop.
He would have unlocked something in my fight or flight, and
Yeah.
he would be a goner. There
Yeah.
would be no other fight happening. But anyways, obviously she, is able to get out of it with the corkscrew, which is a great moment as well. But yeah, that bathtub scene had the potential of being like really cool. Like he could have been like left bloody in the bathtub or something. Just saying. But anyways, yeah, I enjoy it. I think performance-wise, nothing stands out to me. Obviously, there's like 4 actors in the whole movie. But I think she does a great job considering she's mostly acting by herself, running around through the house. Very, very closed setting in this one, like really closed setting, which I
Literally.
think works well. Yeah.
Literally close it.
And yeah, I think it's just like one of those like, cat and mouse games up until the end. But I think it's a really solid attempt at trying to take a kind of formulaic intruder trope movie and put like a twist on it that's like interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think like you said, the way they're able to do that with the sound is really one of the highlights of the movie as well.
Yeah, hell yeah. I agree. I give him this 3.5. I think it's really good. I think that the main star is the sound mixing. It's a very simple movie, but I think it's done really well. I think it's done like it's very entertaining. I could watch this again, not for a
Hmm.
while, but I could watch this again. And it's yeah, I'd always be able to recommend this. This is a great like a hangover film. Like if you love your slasher
Mm.
films, if you like on the couch on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning, just nursing a hangover, put on Hush. It's good fun.
You mean like you were this morning? No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe a little bit. No, I'm totally fine this one. I'm just like tired and like right, my
You just
voice is
screamed a
going
little
because I've
too
been
loud.
screaming. Yeah, exactly. But that is Hush. Next week, please do watch Knock at the Cabin, which will finish off the book of Close Setting Cinema. But until next time, we're going to guess the movie again with Ash, which is good. Ash, we've got two movies. Once
Two?
again,
Okay.
always. Got two movies, and you just got to guess which one. So I'll start with
That's
that
it.
one.
It's that simple. That's all I have
It's
to do,
that simple.
people. It's not hard at all to
I
always go
reckon.
with the same
I
ones.
rec- I reckon right now, from now on, whenever we do these, just rip a movie off the rip. Just. Could you imagine if you get it?
Is it weapons?
No, it's not weapons.
Dang. Is it animated? I'm gonna start with that early this time.
Is it animated? No,
Is it a franchise?
it's not a franchise.
Was it released after the year 2000?
Let me get the exact. Yes, it was released between the year 2021 and 2026.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
you're not gonna give me a
whoops.
2026 movie because I haven't seen one. Huh?
You said after the year 2000. I thought you said after the year 2020. But yeah, there you go. There's a free one for you.
Oh wait, did you just say 2021?
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, I didn't. I would have not even caught it. I literally wrote down after 2001. So you just.
There you go. Yeah, 2021.
Okay.
After 2021.
Is this a one-word title movie?
Great question. Yes, it is. That's a great question.
Woo! Okay, okay, now we're cooking.
That's a great question.
Do we give this movie 5 stars?
By we, both me and you.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's what we use. Let me see what you give it. No. Let me see what you... Because I don't, but let me see what you give it. No, we both don't. No.
Not a 5-star man, okay.
Good, great. Yeah.
Is it a male director?
Yes. Get it.
Okay, let's see here. 2021 to present. There's a lot of stuff. Trying to think one-word titles. And we're not doing like the something, right? Like
No,
just
one word.
one word. Okay. Is it part of like a trilogy or like is there like is it the okay. So a single standalone film. My mind was going to Dune, like just the first one, but I
Yeah.
don't know if it's just called Dune or Dune Part 1, so.
No,
Okay, so not a COVID movie, came after. So much stuff has come out in that time frame. Don't give it 5 stars. Is it a romance film?
no. There is romantic elements to it, though. There is like some relationships in it for sure, but the two main
But the
genres.
romance isn't like the plot, isn't like like every movie has
I
relationships,
wouldn't look at this
obviously.
and be like, "This is a romantic film."
Okay. Okay.
But the two main genres on Letterboxd are no, they're not.
Say that again?
The two main genres on Letterboxd are not romance.
Okay.
But
Is
the
one of
main
them drama?
themes is moving relationship stories. So don't think it's
Is drama?
drama's one of them. Yes,
Okay. Is comedy the other one?
comedy the other one.
So it's a dramedy. One word dramedy with moving relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I feel like there's too many. I feel like the one word title thing I thought was going to help me, but I feel like I don't know enough one word title movies just off the top of my head that
Yeah.
it's not really going to help me that much. It helps eliminate stuff that I like think of, but it's not necessarily going to get me to the finish line.
Yeah.
Is this a movie that you and I have like ever discussed or like talked about our opinions on?
Surely, but I can't think of anything that pops in my head.
Okay.
But surely we would have. It's a popular movie.
Okay. Male director.
Hmm.
I feel like I need to nail down the year, and that'll help me a little bit more. Did it come out in 2023?
No.
2024?
No.
2021?
No.
2022?
Yes.
Oh man. Okay. Okay, 2022 is like the first year I had Letterboxd. Is that that's before Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's like yeah, I wasn't even like really like doing movie talk then, so that was before that.
Let me see if I can.
2022 was the year of I'm trying to think. What were the big movies that came out that year? My mind is just I wasn't like as into the movie world at that point. Like logging stuff, I mean. It's a tough one for me. Can you tell me as a hint just like one like huge movie that year that's not the movie we're talking about just so I can like get my mind there? Please. Phone a friend. People don't need to hear me talk for 20 minutes. Oh, okay. Okay. Wait, that was 2022? So that was the Everything Everywhere All at Once year,
Um,
wasn't it?
let me check.
Or maybe it was the year after. I feel like that was the year. I'm like
Yeah,
the
Everything
last.
Everywhere All at Once premieres in March. Yeah.
Okay. To be honest, 2022 is a blur then at this point, if that's when The Fablemans came out, because I was definitely doing TikTok then and I didn't even remember it.
You should think
Wowzers.
of. Let me see if it was one. Is it? Surely it
That's like the
wasn't.
year of Nope then too.
It got snubbed for a pretty major Oscar.
Okay. So that's the same year then as like Banshees.
Yeah.
God, that was all 2022. That makes me feel like the last 4 years just flew on by then.
Got nominated for 3 Oscars, and it got snubbed for
Okay.
Best Picture.
Trying to remember my favorites from that year. Definitely that one. After Sun was up there. That was the After Sun year, right?
Yep.
It's not that though, obviously, because I think we both give that 5 stars.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I
We
feel like I need
both
to go
give this
lower.
4.5.
Okay, so we
it's
both
very
really like
high.
it.
This movie is supremely sexy.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. Everything Everywhere, Fablemans. That was definitely like higher. After Sun. Those were all like high movies that year. Banshees. That was also the year of like Pinocchio, the animated or the stop motion one. It was the year of Nope and The Menu and a bunch of movies that are not the one I need to think of right now.
If you had the director, you had it. You have it.
It's a big director.
Big director. Not like Spielberg big, but like he's known by everyone. Like when his next movie comes out, we'll all be like counting down the days.
Sexy movie with a big male director.
We'll be reviewing
Oof.
one of his movies pretty soon.
Say that again.
We'll be reviewing one of his movies pretty soon.
Okay.
Not M. Night.
Yeah, and say not Trap. That came out later. That would fit with the one word title though. Not a sexy movie though.
Not a sexy man.
4.5 stars. Dang. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's also the year of like Bones and all. All this stuff came out in that year, right? Like,
Yep.
which is Luca Guadagnino.
Mhm.
That's not the director though, right?
No.
Yeah. My mind just keeps thinking of more movies that came out that year.
Think
I feel
about
like I
what
need
we're-
another hint. I've been going at this for 9 minutes.
Think
Clearly
about what we're
nobody.
reviewing soon.
Okay. Oh my God. Babylon.
Correct. There you go.
I just was telling Adam I want to rewatch it because we've rewatched all of the movies that he's put out, obviously, except for that one.
See how like it's tough, but then once you start on it, you'll be fine, sort of thing.
2022 was such a big year that I had honestly forgotten that stuff all came out 4 years ago is like mind blowing to me.
Oh yeah, let me just get the year of the next film.
Where did the last 4 years go?
And Ash,
God, I've been hanging out with you for a long ass time then.
Ash, I've given you another 2022 film.
Okay. Well, I've just said a bunch, so maybe it's one of those.
I don't think you haven't said this one. But I
Okay.
would use you rip it off the try and rip it off the dome. Try
What
and
else
rip it.
came out in 2022? Um, is that when X came out or Maxine?
No,
Neither of those came out that year, or no, it's not the movie.
it's not either of the movie. Yeah, Maxine came out I think 2 years ago, but no, definitely not this one.
Um,
Well,
okay, what else was in 2022? Everything Everywhere, Banshees, After Sun, Nope.
no, you're not gonna get it. Go through
And then
the questions you did for Babylon.
is it animated?
Nope.
Couldn't even tell you an animated movie from that year, anyways. Is it a franchise?
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
No,
Volume 3?
not MCU.
Did that come out in 2020? That was 2023, huh? Franchise. Yes. So
Not M-
4 or
not
more
MCU
films.
as well. Just
Got
to
it.
make it easy.
Franchise.
Yeah,
Scream
it's
6? Scream 5? Scream 6. Scream 5.
it's not a Scream movie.
Okay.
Scream 6, 5, 6, 7, 5.
Weirdly enough, these last 5 years are harder for me because since COVID, time just feels like a
I know,
blur.
right?
So trying to figure out when these movies actually came out is like impossible for me. Okay.
There's
Other
at least
franchise.
in the franchise, there's at least 5 to 6 if you count another one that was made. I would. Before this was made, there wasn't any of this franchise around since like early 90s. Oh no, there was one in like the early 2000s, but it became popular again from this franchise, and they've since made 2 other movies. 2 of those movies came out last year.
2 of them came out last year?
2. I should give this one away.
Wait, 2 franchise movies came out in the same
2.
year?
One of them was animated. Damn it! I'm just giving it to you.
I'm so confused. So there's a franchise where there's an animated
Yep.
and a non-animated?
Yep.
That doesn't help me at all. I'm more confused than ever.
They're not like the franchise isn't just this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's like the same world?
Yep.
Is it like a Spider-Man thing?
No heroes. No MCU.
You said that. Well, they're not all MCU. I was thinking like Spider-Verse. I genuinely, that's more confusing to me that there's an animated and a live action. Obviously, this is not the animated one. 2 movies came out last year and I saw them.
Oh, let me see if you saw them. I'm not sure if you saw them. You definitely saw this. You know about it for sure.
Is it horror at all, or is it like totally like
Um,
fantasy or oh my God, this is
Action,
this is
thriller, science fiction.
breaking my brain. You're just giving me information now. I'm not good at this game.
No, don't say that because you got them. You got the so quickly before. Right enough.
I got one quickly, and now I built up all that expectation. I don't think it would be an alien movie because Romulus came. Was it? Did something come out in 2020? No,
Close.
it's not Alien. What else is like Alien?
You're so close.
Predator? Eh? Oh, Prey.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
Predator, Badlands, and then what's the I don't know what this
The
animated thing
Predator,
is.
what's it called? Killer of Killers came out last year, and that was on
Oh,
Netflix.
okay.
And it was Dan Trachtenberg did both of them, and
Got it.
Killer of Killers was animated, and it fucking rules.
I did not watch that. I just watched Badlands like recently. I'm not super versed in the Predator. To be fair, I haven't even like really seen all the
No, for
original
sure. That's why I
Predator
was helping
movies,
a
so
bit. I was helping a lot with this one. That's
I
totally
totally
fine.
forgot about Prey.
That's good fun, isn't it? Fuck yeah. So again,
Both
please.
one-word titles too.
Yep, exactly. As soon as you're like, I can't really remember too much of 2022. Then I looked up Prey. I was like, oh, this is gonna be tough. So next week, please do watch Knock at the Cabin. But again, till next time, I'm Harry. That's Ash. Love it, movies. See the movies.